the more I get to learn about the work culture and the work ethic in Ghana, the more nervous I become. She came in and immediately we started noticing red flags. Very dangerous, very dangerous. Hey y'all, so we are interviewing 2 candidates today for housekeeping. And I wanted to conduct the interview in the house so that they can get an idea of the space and how much work that needs to be done so that they can see if they can handle it. And also see how they are with baby girl, if they get along, if baby girl likes her. Someone mentioned in my other vlog that the work that I'm mentioning is a lot. We do not overwork our workers. Like, we don't. Like, I've seen people overworking their housekeepers. Just to give you some perspective, our old housekeeper, he had a full-time job, like a full-time business. And then our other housekeeper, the one that ran away, she had time to take long naps. Okay, that was actually also another issue. I'm gonna talk about everything that happened because that's a story within itself, how we went from our old housekeeper to her and how she left and all that. I'm really hoping this goes well because I cannot function if my space is not clean. I love living in a clean space where everything is put together and organized, and by the time I finish doing all that, there's not much time for me to do the things that I want to do, and there's so much that I have to get done. I have not given up on my dream on owning a salon in Ghana. I just chose not to talk about it anymore because the last time I got excited thinking I found a space, it turned out to be a whole bunch of nonsense. So I'm like, you know what, let me just move in silence until I feel like it's safe to announce anything, because I do want to take you guys on that journey. It's still something I'm very excited about, but also the more I get to learn about the work culture and the work ethic in Ghana, the more nervous I become. But I still have good faith. I still have good, hope. I think you just have to be resilient and keep pushing. There are good people out there. There are good workers out there, good, loyal, hardworking workers. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of successful businesses, and I've also seen businesses where things don't go well. Like that perfume shop that I posted in my other vlog that used to be a cupcake shop. When I went there and I got the velvet cupcake that tasted like shito, I just knew. I just knew that it was not gonna go well because the workers are clearly doing what they want in there, So it's sad. It's really sad. I've noticed in Ghana too that I've met more business owners than anywhere else because of the fact that you absolutely have to be present. So that's also something I'm thinking about. But I feel like if your business is your baby and you love it, it's worth it. If your business is your baby, it's something that you're passionate about, it's a labor of love, it's worth it. So we'll see. Right now I'm just trying to make sure everything is nice and put together and the house feels homey because this is technically gonna be their home. So yeah, I want them to feel comfy. They did send profiles for each candidate, so I'm about to list some information here. The profile is basically details about them, their past experiences, their hobbies, things like that. So basically kind of like a resume or a CV. So yeah, I don't want to forget anything. So gonna write some information down so I have some talking points, and I also have interview questions in the notes section of my phone. Hey y'all, so I was a bit conflicted on sharing the story of what happened, how our nanny left. I don't really like putting people's personal business out there. I'm just gonna try to leave as much of that out as possible because I think it's important to talk about. I know people can relate, and also for people that are planning to come to Ghana and live a certain lifestyle and have people working for you, just some red flags to look out for, some things to expect. So I'm gonna call her Sally. Sally was recommended to us by a good trusted friend of ours, very trustworthy, very loyal to us, and they actually grew up in the same village years ago, and he knows her family, which was a plus for us because we want to know where you're from and your family, your background. So he thought that Sally would be a great candidate because she's actually a single mother, so she has a son, a young boy, and you know, I immediately thought, well, if you have a son who's young at that, of course you're gonna want to be around him. But I also know that in the Ghanaian culture it's normal for other family members to raise your child, especially if the reason is because you're going to make money somewhere. Like I have cousins down in Ghana and aunties in America, so it seems like a normal thing. But I had already thought like, okay, so she's definitely going to need time to go see her son and spend time with her son, but also needs to make money, which I completely understand because I was raised by a single mother. She came in and immediately we started noticing red flags, but I just took it as, you know, she's new to the house, new to us, and you know, maybe she just needs an adjusting period. But then I was also conflicted because I'm like, you're telling me that you've worked this job in 2 different houses, and I should have asked her why she left. First of all, the first night she came, she was already talking about her other madame that she worked for. According to her story, the madame did not treat her well, did not let her go see her son, had her working until like 3 a.m. and I assured her like, oh, we're not like that. Like you're not gonna be overworked. If we agree on a time that you're gonna go spend time with your family, where I'm not gonna like stop you from going. You know, just trying to reassure her and make sure that she felt okay. I would ask her daily, like, are you okay? Are you feeling okay? Do you need anything? Is the work too much for you? You know, and she would always say yes, 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 she's fine. That may have been her being too shy to speak up, or maybe she was really okay, I don't know. But one thing that I do know is that we treated her very well. There were times where like I'd be washing the dishes and she'll come like, oh, let me wash the dishes, or I'll be spending time with baby girl and she'd be like, oh, let me take her so you can go do what you have to do, even though like I didn't really want her to. Like I just wanted to spend time with baby girl. So the point is, she had plenty of downtime, which is a good thing, but can also be a bad thing if you don't actually have something going on besides like work. If you don't have like a trade or something, like maybe she was bored. But anyways, the first red flag was her talking about her old madame, because I feel like as an employee, you should not go to your new employer talking about your previous employer. It's just not a nice thing to do, whether they treated you badly or not, because then it gives the impression to your current employer that you might do the same to them. And it just felt way too comfortable. It's the way she said it too. She was like, me catching say in your first time and I'm just like, oh, okay, maybe she wants me to understand that she's experienced and trying to reassure me in a way that she's gonna do well. Like, second red flag was her mind seemed to be absent. She would do things that I just simply would not understand, like the metal part of the stove being placed in whichever way. And also our new drawer set, when I was setting it up, I took out a drawer to place things inside and then I gave it to her to put it back in, and she put it inside with the handles in, like the handles were in, which is pretty obvious. That's why I had mentioned that critical thinking skills were not there, which is really more like common sense. If you see all the handles facing towards you, why would you put the handles? I had to talk to her. I was like, listen, these are small mistakes. They might be funny. They might be, you know, not a big deal, whatever. However, it can turn into bigger mistakes. So please try to pay attention when you're doing things and try to be present, because that is not okay. One mistake that I would not be repeating with our next housekeeper is sending them out, especially like sending them out constantly, because I would need her to go buy vegetables or peppers or, you know, little things from the local market. And little did I know that while she was out, she was like talking to people. I'm sure she told people like where she was staying and just having a ball every time she would go out. And I noticed that she was taking a little longer each time, but I just took it as maybe she's not finding what I needed, or maybe had to go. Because I do know sometimes you don't find exactly what you need and you have to go. You have to kind of try to search for it. So yeah, I didn't think much of it. And also, like, on the surface, she seemed very like calm and chill, so I didn't read too much into anything. But there were times where she would tell me that she went to go buy something and I didn't see anything. Like this one time, she was upstairs in baby girl's room and I needed her to watch her real quick, and she told me that she went to go buy food. So I was like, oh, just bring it up and eat it and just hang out with her. She went down to the kitchen for like 3 minutes and came back completely empty-handed. So I took note of that, but also like didn't read too much into it, but I'm sure she did not go buy anything. And then there was another time where it was early in the morning and she called me that she had went to go buy something. So when she came back, I told her like, listen, when you're going out to go buy something, you need to let me know. You can't just leave and then call me like, oh, I went to go buy something. So then there was this one time where she asked me if she can go buy something, and I noticed that she was always trying to go buy something. So before she left, I was asking her like, oh, what are you going to buy? Are you going to buy medicine? Are you going to buy food? And she was just like, no. And she seemed very irritated, like she did not want to talk to me or answer my questions. So I'm like, let me just let her go. So when she came back, I was talking to her in Tree, because we spoke Tree to each other. I was like, were you okay before you left? Because you could barely answer my questions. Like, were you like hungry or something? And she was like, oh no, madam, it wasn't that. And I saw her getting teary-eyed. So I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, oh madam, it's nothing. I'm like, no, come sit down, come talk to me. She's like crying and trying to get herself together, like huffing and puffing, and I'm just like, take your time. It was to the point where I almost cried. So when she finally spoke, she was like that before she had left to go buy whatever she claimed she was going to buy. Her father had called her and said that the son is very sick, like extremely sick, and they're very worried. Mind you, this was a Tuesday night. So she goes, oh, I was gonna ask you guys on Saturday if I can go. And I'm like, if your son is sick, you need to go now. Like, why would you wanna wait? So I called Rush. I'm like, hey, her son is very sick. I think she needs to go see him ASAP, and he agreed. So the next day, Wednesday morning, they were set to go with the friend that recommended her, because he knows her village. So they were all three going together to the hospital that the son is at, right? So Rush was having a small issue with his car, but the mechanic advised him not to travel that far until the issue is solved. So Rush ended up giving her money to take the trotro. So this was very early in the morning. It was around like 9. So from what we know, she was going to see the son at the hospital. We did not hear from her all day. The friend that recommended Sally was calling her. She was not picking up, just trying to make sure that she got there safely and everything's okay. She wasn't answering calls, so we assumed that, she must be very stressed. So like Naswaya shit. So she's not so focused on answering calls or updating anybody. So we just took it as that. So I ended up calling her around 5 something. She called me back around 6 something, and she said, yeah, we just got back from the hospital. So I'm like, oh, okay, so what's wrong? And she said, oh yeah, they said it's the fever and they want him to come back tomorrow. So all these things are not clicking. So I'm like, okay, is he feeling better now? And she said yes. So I'm like, okay, good. So then I didn't say anything for a while, and she didn't say anything. We were both just silent on the phone for a few. So I'm just like, okay, well, let me let you go so that you can take care of your son. She said, okay. The friend that recommended Sally is getting irritated because you're not calling him, you're not updating him, you're not telling him anything. So then he starts calling her family. Come to find out, the family don't know where she's at. She never went home. The son is not sick. The son is in perfectly good health with her mother, so his grandmother. Like, she didn't even go to her hometown. So I think eventually she came to find out that we knew that she lied, because obviously the family had informed her. And so I guess at this point she decided that she's just not gonna come back, and she's not gonna show her face. She's not gonna call us. She's not gonna tell us nothing, because she's probably feeling ashamed, as she should. Because when I tell you we were good to her, we were so good to her. Like, she would tell me that she wants to go get her hair done, and I would give her hair to go do her hair, like hair extensions. I will always ask her what she need, if she wants to buy certain groceries so she can make certain meals, like just anything to make her feel comfortable. Whatever she asks for, give it to her, no problem. And I don't want to feel like we made a mistake by being so nice, because we are nice people and we want to be able to be ourselves with whoever we work with. However, I think that all that being nice needs to be put on hold until we know that we can trust the person and this is someone that's going to be working for for us for a while. Not to say that we're about to be mean, but you know, just keep it strictly neutral, strictly business. So I think what she was planning on doing was going to have her little fun for the weekend, you know, making up a little lie, going to have fun for the weekend, and just showing up like nothing happened and thought that we were not gonna find out anything. Because she literally left all her stuff here, like all her stuff. I even told her, I was like, hey, make sure you pack a little bag just in case, you know, you got to spend a few days there. And I didn't see her in the morning when she left, but Rush said that she had like a very small purse, like nothing could fit in there. And I know she didn't take anything because like literally all her stuff is here, like it's still here. She did leave the key though, which I'm very glad she did, but it also makes me wonder, like, did you plan on coming back? Why did you leave all your stuff? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't happy with the job itself, or who knows? Maybe she didn't like us for whatever reason. Or maybe she's just ready to move on with her life and no longer feels like cleaning for other people. I was pretty upset about it for a while because I could not wrap my mind around it. But after talking to other people, I'm starting to realize that it's actually a very normal thing. Not only in domestic work, but other work as well. People just sometimes don't last. I think people don't realize how far good work ethic and just being a good person overall can take you. Because this friend that I'm speaking of, the one that recommended Sally, and I don't fault him at all, because he's been so good to us, and I know he was only trying to help us out and help her out as well. He has gone so far from when I first met him, I think in 2021. So far. He's been working with us for years and has been nothing but good to us. And he literally just moved into his new house, and I could not be more proud of him. I could not be more proud of him. To come from where he started to like where he's at now, I'm telling you, when you're a good person and you have good work ethic and you have a purpose and you have passion and you have loyalty and you're trustworthy, it really can take you far. But anyways, not the alarm going off. But anyways, the interviews went well. Now I'm like super alert and looking out for even like pink flags, because what the story that I gave you was like very surface level. There are details that I did not go into, but we do have a new girl starting on Monday, so hopefully everything goes well with her. If not, I have accepted that it's going to take trial and error. I think we just got lucky with our first housekeeper. He was great. He's from the Volta. He still comes around to clean and iron and stuff, and he has his own business that Rush actually also helped him set up like a little shop and everything. And he worked with us for about 3 years. But after having baby girl, we wanted another like nurturing female figure and also someone that's going to be around, because like I said, he had his own business. So yeah, I have hope that we will find another person that we can rock with for a few years. All right, so I'm about to go do my morning workout, but I had to update you guys real quick. When I tell you this new girl is a breath of fresh air, I have cooked so many meals since she's been here, and she's only been here for 5 days. And I genuinely love to cook. I love to cater to my family, but time. Like Rush called me the other day because he was craving the green sauce, the spicy green sauce. He's like, do you know how to make it? I'm like, of course, don't be silly, I got you. But when you have 20 different things going on and no time and no help, it's a struggle. So with this new girl, I'm not repeating myself every day. She takes initiative. She goes above and beyond. Like the other day, I just asked her to clean the glass on our steering wheel, and she cleans all the glasses in the house. But as much as I'm like, yes, this is exactly what we needed, I'm also like, I can't get too attached. Not just yet. It's only been 5 days. But the difference between her and Sally, night and day. So let me put y'all on to some red flags that you need to look out for if you're hiring a domestic worker or any kind of worker, to be honest. If you see that they don't care to make any good impression on you, like they're not going above and beyond, they're not taking initiative, like let's say their job is to clean and they're walking past a piece of hair that's been on the floor for like 3 days. If they are absent-minded, very dangerous, especially around kids, very dangerous. If they're running to sleep every chance they get, they're not listening no matter how many times you calmly repeat yourself. If you're giving them specific instructions on how to care for your child or be there for your child and they're completely disregarding it, like, hey, baby girl's toys and books are over here, use them, and they're just lazily lying in bed whenever they're with her, if they feel comfortable enough to cut you off while you're speaking, if someone is hired for a job and they are just stressing you out way too much and giving you the impression that they don't even want to do the job, take that as a sign and do not further stress yourself. But let's have a chat in the comments. Okay, let's get the engagement going. Tell me your experience. How has it been hiring people, working with people? And it can be in Ghana or anywhere, good and bad experiences. Please tell me the good experiences as well, because us entrepreneurs, we need the hope and the faith that there are good workers out there. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps me out so much because the analytics that I see on the back end is not a clear reflection of my audience. So when you guys engage and comment, it really helps out. But anyways, I'll meet you guys in the comments and I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye.